Welcome back to another episode of HoI3. Let's unpause. We are in late fall of 1937. We get a couple of messages that we got last time already, and we have advanced the what is it? Defensive support weapons. Let's put that at the top of the queue. Our research is looking alright. We're still struggling for IC, but we should get a few in about a month of weeks. We got 3 more here and 1 more here, 4. And we have 3 in production. And we have advanced the repair workshop that will help us not only with repairs to the fleet. It's not only talking about harbors, but also planes and other units that need reinforcements. And all sorts of land infrastructure. The Netherlands wants metal, we'll accept that. Norway wants metal. And Portugal wants rare materials. And workshops are now ahead of time, so we'll take them off the queue. Yugoslavia wants rare metals. We will accept that. And the infiltration focus has been researched. It improves attack, defense, and movement for militia, mountain troops, Gurkhas, and Fumiers, which we don't have, and cavalry, which we're all pretty much all upgrading. But will be at fighter pilot training advance. So we'll improve all our light and heavy fighters. Need to build a few more spies and diplomats later. A lone mountain brigade here. These mountain divisions need support brigades. Our manpower is coming along nicely. Switching over to diplomats. We are still spying on a bunch of majors, but so far we haven't stolen any technology, not that I remember seeing it. Germans are building air bases. Brits are expanding their fleet, obviously. Let's train a few more spies. We are building up our land forts. Level 2 here. Our focus. Here we can improve infantry and motorized infantry. And here we can improve infantry. Well, I guess we'll stay with the infiltration focus. Infiltration, shock, or firepower. Pretty sure we don't want firepower. We'll stick with infiltration. Denmark wants metal, and Spain wants rare materials. We're increasing our IC, which I'm pleased to see. Research point, we still have 7, 10, 12, 16, 17 medium tank brigades to upgrade. Belgium wants to trade for rare materials, sure. Xinjiang is moving closer. Difference between their neutrality and the highest threat against them is too high. This value is 84.14, while it needs to be lower than 25. Is there anybody that we could invite into the faction? They're still at a neutrality of 49. Japanese threat increases though, so I'm not sure we'll be able to help them in time. And Japan is already surrounded. their territory more or less, except for a couple of provinces over here. So we might not be able to invite them in time. It would be nice to be able. I don't think we can invite anybody. On the other hand, I don't really feel like opposing Japan at this point. The Nanking Massacre. In the autumn of 1937, Japanese warplanes began bombing Nanjing, concentrating their efforts on the downtown areas, which were most densely populated by civilians. As Nanjing came under attack, the capital was again moved, this time to Chongqing. Knowing that Japanese troops were en route towards the city, the people panicked and tried to flee. On the 9th of December 1937, Japanese ground forces reached Nanjing, where they met with Chinese military units. By December 13, with Japanese troops attacking the city from all angles, Chinese forces were routed. Fearing the consequences of surrender to the Japanese, Chinese military men donned civilian clothing and retreated into the city. It was on this day that the 6-week stretch of atrocities against the civilian population of Nanjing began. The news of the massacre soon hit the world and significantly deteriorated Japan's relations with the democratic countries of the world. Five medals for Latvia. Yeah, as I mentioned in the last episode, this was probably one of the more gruesome theaters in World War II. Unfortunately, Japan and China haven't really reconciled as many European nations have today. We have stopped our influence on Xinjiang and on Brazil because we've used up our diplomatic points. Let's build up a few more, and then let's go back to research. So we have a bomber pilot training advance, that's very good. At this opportunity I wanted to check. Actually, because we do have 2 air fleets of 3 squadrons of naval bomber each. And I wanted to see they're actually quite good at piercing attacks, so we can use them to fight tanks, I suppose. So we maybe don't need to build that many medium bombers. We have 1 wing of medium bombers, or 1 air fleet, I should say. It would be nice to have more. We don't really have the IC to be building even more of those. And we also have the heavy bombers, so and heavy bombers, ooh, they're not good against land units. We can use them against infrastructure, maybe. We'll have to see how to best employ those. But we are going to upgrade these as well to heavy fighters. Australia wants rare materials, which we can give them. We still need a lot of support troops. Latvia wants to trade metal, and Spain wants to trade for rare materials. And we are up to 109 IC. And we'll get 3 more in at the end of April. It's now 1938. And we'll get another 3 more in July. Germany wants to trade rare materials, which we're not going to. As per the ideological differences. We're upgrading 3 more medium tank brigades and 1 motorized infantry brigade. And we still have 7, 8, 10, 14 more to go at least. 15, I believe. There is one down here. And we have advanced the supply production, so that should free up some IC for... Actually, we're not using any IC for production, but later, if we can't trade for all the supplies anymore. The UK have decided to help for China, letting China fall, with Japan as the primary force in Asia. We cannot allow that. We could send them some material through our holdings in Burma. And we have high production, which is ahead of time now. I think we can move this up. Nuclear research. Romania wants 8 metal. We'll accept this. And we'll accept the Danish trade as well. We're still not making any headway on stealing technology. We have caught 4 spies in the last month. I think we can start to insert commanders here. Let's see, put this core under the 6th Army. So we could use a motorized infantry brigade. See, this one is a core of garrison units. Set it up this way. And we have advanced education, that's very useful. We'll detach this core and attach it to the 6th Army. It seems we can't. Okay. Reattach to the 23rd Army and we'll give the 23rd Army a commander. Corps commander here. Actually, not you. Take the offensive trait here. This one. Winter warfare is good. Logistics, even better. Engineer, that's good. We need a corps commander here. Let's take him. Like offensive, let's have a good mix. We have a corps here. Also, sure. Winter. Fortress Busters. More offensive. Doesn't look like we can assign a commander because they have brigades that are being updated or upgraded. Okay, we're slowly setting ourselves up. We might be in a position to attack Finland. Let's see, maybe we can... It's not looking too good. Okay, we'll keep them here. It doesn't make sense to deploy divisions up here when we don't have any way of supplying troops here. Well, actually here we seem to have a path. And here, okay, so let's take this war. Let's see, we have detached this corps, attached 23rd Army. We'll take this corps, move it north. And then we have a bunch of divisions that don't have leaders. Let's then pause again. Education is ahead of time. We'll take it off the queue. We're now up to 16. Let's build a few more spies. More money due to better tax administration. We'll trade with Denmark. What's our production doing? Operating 3 tanks brigade at a time. Motorized infantry. Building IC, and we have land forts will be coming up soon. And the required IC is falling further. Same thing for we're building industrial capacity. Germany decides the Anschluss. Demands for the Union. The Anschluss of Austria and Germany increased after Adolf Hitler became German Chancellor. In February 1938, Hitler invited Kurt von Schuschnigg, the Austrian Chancellor, to meet him at Berchtesgaden. Hitler demanded concessions for the Austrian Nazi Party. Schuschnigg refused, and on March 9, 1938, the Austrian Chancellor announced a plebiscite on the independence of Austria. Adolf Hitler took this as an opportunity to take action against the Austrian state. Schuschnigg was pressed to resign. The National Socialist Arthur Seyss-Inquart took over the chancellorship and formed a new government. The Austrian National Socialists took power in Austria. On the morning of March 12, 1938, troops of the German Wehrmacht and the SS crossed the German-Austrian border. On March 13, 1938, Hitler announced in Linz legislation on the Anschluss, annexation of Austria into the German Reich. So Germany clearly on an expansive course. While we are building up our chain of fortifications. I would still like at least a second chain in the rear here. But this will have to wait a bit further. I think we should move these up. Paradok and Dominikovo. We can pause again. We trade 9 metals from the Netherlands and rare materials from Spain. or for Spain rather. We are also slowly building our nuclear research lab. And we're building up our fortifications here as well. Now if we go into the simplified terrain map mode, you can see I put priority on terrain that's completely doesn't have any terrain features that help us defend it. So maybe we should also prioritize Solotuquinho, Tristan. Yeah, there is a lot to do. Let's see here. Japan wants fuel, sure. Denmark wants rare materials. And Spain wants metal. Now we have a trade offer from Afghanistan, which we'll accept. And we should go back to research. Put 1 full point into officers. Making sure our army is well equipped, and we have advanced industrial production. Very helpful. This should put us about how we're increasing here. 111. And in a couple of weeks we'll have an additional 3 IC here. Slowly making headway. Japan recognizes Machuoko. To help our international standing, we should ask Germany to recognize our puppet Machuoko as a sovereign state. If they agree, this would increase our diplomatic relations. And Germany agrees. it doesn't seem we're improving our manpower, plus 25%. It doesn't seem that Japan has made a lot of progress over the winter. They haven't managed to encircle the People's Republic. And we still can't invite them to our faction yet. Hopefully later. Portugal wants rare materials, and South Africa wants rare materials. And industrial production and agriculture are ahead of time. Industrial efficiency is not. Do we need anything else? I don't think so. I think we still have storage effects. In theory, we can research these. Of land, research all of those. Operation defense in depth. Still a bit early. Naval. E-lane control. Maybe sub-detection. I don't think we're going to use our surface fleet for convoy attack. But maybe our subs. We'll put them into the queue, but they're not going to be prioritized for now. What about the air? Given the fact that we have so many strategic bombers, maybe we should start researching this. Don't think we're building any light bombers. That would be these. We don't have them, and I don't intend on building them, so we're not going to do that, but we're going to be researching all of those. I would like to invest here. I think we should do that. Need to research those. Fighter defense doctrine and the Independent Air Force Doctrine. I think we moved it up. Army Aviation Doctrine. This one needs to move up. All of this needs to move up. Okay. Now let's unpause again. And we have a trade offer from Brazil, which we have been trying to influence earlier. 15 energy, absolutely. Denmark wants rare materials and Bulgaria wants metal. I saw that we have a Marine Brigade here. Actually, let's send one division this way. Australia wants rare materials. So I was wondering, do we have any other Marine brigades anywhere? I don't think we do. Doesn't look like we are able to build any at this point in time anyway. We'll soon have finished up this motorized infantry, which means we'll move up another one. I think we should start building these paratroopers as well. I'm going to move one brigade up, one at a time. And we have advanced mechanical computing, which improves our research efficiency. That's excellent. We'll soon improve our industrial efficiency. Germany wants to trade rare materials, so we're going to decline that. And the Netherlands want metal. Fine by me. Our relations with Finland aren't that great. That's good. Recent agricultural breakthrough. We improve our manpower. We gain 1 in descent. That's fine. The AI-controlled industry will take care of that. The Empire of Japan wants supplies. No, they want to sell us supplies. We'll accept this. And we have improved the industrial efficiency. We're up to 111 usable IC. Still not enough. The motorized infantry has finished. We'll put the next one. Into the queue. Greece would like rare materials, and industrial efficiency is ahead of time. Take it out. Let's see. We can add these. To the queue. As well as these. Armor. Yeah, I don't think we're going to... Oh, light tanks. I guess we can improve it. But they should definitely go to the top of the queue. And Sweden wants 6 rare materials. Peru wants 9 units of energy. And we finally stole blueprints, but it's not something I was very eager to obtain. Technology for carrier air groups. Denmark wants 6 metal, Chile wants rare materials, and Spain wants metal. Bulgaria wants energy. The 7th Army could use some more punch. Let's see. I'm not an engineer. First Buster. This is a weak division. Need to build 3 more infantry brigades. I think we already put them into the production. Because we started in the north with filling up divisions, but the problem is we haven't gotten around to producing all these units yet. 6 rare materials for Sweden and 4 metal units for Cuba. The Finns have quite a stack here, and we don't really have anything here. The Empire of Japan has decided to form the Mingwei regime. March 1940, a puppet government led by Wang Yingwei was established in the Republic of China under the protection of the Empire of Japan, officially styling itself the reorganized national government of China. Wang Yingwei was originally the leader of the left-leaning anti-Chiang Kai-shek faction of the Kuomintang. He followed the KMT leadership during the relocation of the capital to Chongqing, and once there organized the fascist-leaning KMT members into his faction. During this time, Wang became convinced that China would lose the war, and on January 1st, 1939, Wang was expelled from the KMT. In March 1939, he survived an assassination attempt in Hanoi. Yingwei and his clique then fled to Shanghai, where the negotiations took place with Japan for the fate of China after the war. Wang saw this as a long-sought opportunity to create a government free from Chiang's control, and became the president of the Republic of China, Nanjing. So it seems Japan is consolidating its power in China. The People's Republic is still alive, and so are actually do we have here? Ningjiang, Machukuo, and then the Republic of China, Nanjing here. And the Republic of China, the original is lost about 40% of its territory at this point. Romania wants rare materials. Okay, so the People's Republic joins the Chinese United Front. That could mean a quick demise, because now they should be at war with Japan. Correct. But it doesn't look like there's anything we can do about it. We still can't invite them into the faction. Our political or diplomatic power is just too weak. Nine medal for Netherlands and 10 for Spain. Still building forts, so we're now at level 4 here. We have a string of level 4 forts up to all the way up to here. Let's prioritize these. Let's see what else has happened here. We're up to 115 IC. Bulgarians medal, Norway and Turkey. And we are still building up our IC. And I think I'll stop the recording here and start a new episode. Thanks for stopping by.